Hey guys, Stray Games here again. This can be what if Team 7 was trained properly. Now if you guys look at this picture, you guys will see what I said. Team 7 is weak. Now overall, you guys may be like, oh, maybe Sakura is weak. Right now, she's probably the strongest of the Konoha 13, because I count Sai. But, yeah. Now, the reason I'm saying they're weak is because as kids, they suffered from something that they couldn't help with, that they were not trained properly. At least early on, they were not. Because Kakashi is not that great of a teacher. He's very neglectful. Only person to pay attention to is Sasuke, and by the time he paid attention to Naruto, well, in my opinion, he's a bit too late. He's basically taking over where Jiraiya should have fixed Naruto. Naruto can suffer to a lack of teachers where they would train him, but do the bare minimum of the training. Like, all we see that Naruto did is probably fire off more Rasengans, but still improperly, and learn a bit of Taijutsu. Well, Sakura is probably the only person there who did not have training as a kid, yet still became one of the better members of Team 7 in terms of power set, as I think it fits her perfectly. So, I'm going to talk about what if they were trained properly. Now, overall, I think Naruto's backstory could be the same as for Sasuke and Sakura. Where it would more or less get unique is when it comes to, well, Kakashi's influence. Later on, a month and a half before the Land of Waves started, and Naruto was not any different than when he first began the academy. In fact, he's using a forbidden jutsu. So I think at that point that would warrant, like, this kind of just assuming Kishimoto would know what he wants to do in Shippuden already in the middle of the beginning of Naruto. So, with Naruto using a forbidden jutsu and not mastering it, but being able to use it on a high scale, I think Kakashi would want to teach his team to control their chakra, so mainly so that Naruto didn't exhaust his chakra all at once on doing like 400 clones. So Kakashi would be in chakra control training a lot earlier, as it's very important jutsu for shinobi to learn. Plus, in like 2 months after this, it's gonna be the Chunin exams. So yeah. So with this, he would teach them to control their chakra, and teach Naruto to basically control the amount of clones he makes. As Naruto actually get a good grasp on, like, he learns the basics of every Genin ability in the academy. Like, he cannot do any of them. Kakashi would make sure that Naruto has it drilled into his head on how to do it properly. Same for Sakura, she would not only focus on studies, she is taught how to be a proper Genin. Naruto and Sakura are not equals, but Naruto rarely has a leg up on her. While Sasuke, due to him already having decent control over his chakra, in terms of ninjutsu, he's more or less able to expand his ninjutsu arsenal. So, yeah. Now when it comes to the Land of Waves, well, first off, I don't think, when it comes to Demon Brothers, I don't think Naruto would be that, like, he's not as scared of them. Because he has a wider array of skills. Shuriken Jutsu, Ninjutsu, Taijutsu. His array is expanded a lot. Same for Sakura. So, when they're attacked by the Demon Brothers, first off, Naruto is immediately able to more or less block one of their attacks when they attack him. So, Naruto would push back one of the brothers, Sasuke would push back the other, and Sakura is able to defend Tsunade by setting up a perimeter with explosive kunai that she has on the ready. Basically, just two explosive kunai in front of her, but at a distance that wouldn't harm her or Tsunade. If it does, she's in front of him. With this, Naruto's able to push back one of the brothers, and when Sasuke would beat his brother, he would come over and him and Naruto would finish off the last one. Which will first off would set that Naruto is not useless on his team, because he very much is until it comes to the bridge. So, yes. So Naruto is actually pulling his own weight around the team, and Sakura is able to think where she knows she's not as strong as them, but she can do something useful, which is protect their target. Now, they keep going until it comes to the mist, and, well, it's already established early on that Sakura is a pretty decent Genjutsu user, so I assume she'd likely also be taught the basics of Genjutsu. So the mist is pretty easily dispelled. They're pretty easily able to see through the Genjutsu and just immediately see the mist, whereas Kakashi would have them rush into the bushes before the blade's even thrown at them. Now, the blade is thrown, Zabuza realizes they snap out of the Genjutsu immediately, and, well, Naruto's still hot-headed. I'm not saying he's a genius now, but Naruto will jump out using at least 100 clones, as he can willingly make that amount without much struggle. 100 clones versus Zabuza, and Kakashi would reluctantly fight against Zabuza as well. Now, Haku's in the bushes and would see Sakura, Sasuke, and Tazuna, and would jump in to attack them, trying to kill Tazuna. Sakura would still do a new perimeter with explosive kunai, blowing them up immediately, which would push Haku into line of sight of Naruto and Kakashi. Kakashi would tell Naruto and Sasuke to focus on Haku, to keep them away from Sakura and Tazuna. Naruto would do that, creating another 100 clones, and with this, Zabuza and Haku are pretty easily overwhelmed, because Naruto just made more clones, he'd never dispersed any of them. And, well, even with Haku set up her mirrors, it's just their mirrors. They don't know Haku's gender at all yet. But it seems to the hundreds of the clones are basically just gang up on the mirrors and get in front of them, so Haku can't really get through the mirrors. It's more or less just annoying. Even if Haku just took down a lot of clones, they can keep coming. So with this, Haku's defeated due to overwhelming numbers, and Naruto spamming clones. But this is, I think, a good moment for Naruto to learn he doesn't have infinite chakra, he has a lot of it, so he needs to learn to conserve it. And Kakashi would take that as a valuable lesson for Naruto. So as Naruto would take the place of Kakashi as the one being tired. As Naruto kept making new clones, each time even one was destroyed. But Zabuza and Haku were defeated, and Kakashi does actually pretty much basically give Zabuza a fatal cut that wouldn't kill him, but he's not getting up anytime soon. If I call it fatal, my bad. But yeah, so Haku wakes up pretty quickly, getting Zabuza some help, allowing him to survive. In the light of waves, Naruto's the one in bed most of the time, but he's able to recover rather quickly. And Kakashi teaching Sakura and Sasuke both Genjutsu, because Sasuke would probably not have a Sharingan yet, but to prepare him for it, a Genjutsu, learning a bit of basic Genjutsu would be very helpful. And Kakashi decided to make a shadow clone to teach Naruto a few things. Now, what he teaches Naruto is more or less like not teaching him jutsu, but helping him learn his nature release. As he tells Naruto that Sakura doesn't have a talent for ninjutsu, but anything else she has a talent for. And Sasuke is kind of the opposite, where he's a talent for basically everything. So he decides to find out what Naruto's talent for. And in reality, it is more ninjutsu. I think the dynamic for Team 7 is Sakura is a genjutsu type, Sasuke is a taijutsu type, and Naruto's a ninjutsu type. So he decides to teach Naruto what nature he is, and Naruto will quickly discover that he's a wind release user. So Kakashi is teaching Naruto the basics of wind release, as he does tell Naruto he's not like the best wind master, but he does know a few basic jutsu of it. So Naruto begins learning wind release. And he does it over the course of a week. And Naruto currently has proper guidance. Naruto does learn quickly. So I assume that Naruto can at least, like, bare minimum, learn that, like a jutsu like Gale Palm. So Naruto will learn that. Now, when it goes on to Naruto and Sasuke fighting Haku again, well, this time Sakura actually joins in the fight. And Naruto actually asks her about, what are you going to do if Haku tries to get past you? You're not fast enough or strong enough to stop them. Well, she says that she knows enough Genjutsu to affect Haku immediately. So she's more or less going to be a distraction. And this does work out. These three members are pretty easily able to take down Haku before Sasuke's pump full of Senbone. Plus, he actually displayed new fire style jutsu, which is, what was it? I don't even remember the name of it. Sasuke would use Flame Bullet. The reason I'm giving him like any other jutsu is I think Sasuke needs to stick with the ones that resemble a Fireball jutsu, because that's what he's most experienced with. So, with the Fire Bullet, does this push Haku back a decent amount, even into his mirrors? But when he does try to escape into them, after having his arms burned, well, Sakura would weave hand signs, being able to actually put Haku under temporary Genjutsu. But as soon as Haku would break out of it, he just gets the Naruto Uzumaki 4K barrage, and he's defeated. This leaves Zabuza versus Kakashi, and Kakashi would beat Zabuza. But now, in this one, I think development could come in where Naruto's not pissed, Sasuke's alive, and Sakura is a bit more useful. So when Zabuza has to rush into the crowd, well, immediately Sasuke would rush in after him, as he says that someone like Zabuza doesn't need to die so foolish. And Sasuke doesn't really believe. I think that Sasuke likely admires strong people. Like, I think if someone like Itachi died in a foolish way, he'd hate it. If someone like Kakashi died in a foolish way, he'd hate it. So I think someone like Zabuza would probably strike a nerve in Naruto and Sasuke if he were to die in such a, well, non-honorable way. He's being ganged up on and mercilessly stabbed while he's already tired. That would not be honorable in Sasuke's eyes, so his pride just get the better of him, and decides to go and save Zabuza from such a foolish death. And Naruto and Sakura, not wanting their teammate to die, would go in and help him. And Kakashi, not wanting his students to even get injured, would jump in with them. With this, it's Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, and so kind of just all of Team 7 plus Zabuza versus Gato's men. As Haku's unconscious, but also, well, if he were to get in the way, he's still going to die. But I think with this, they would save Zabuza. Now, Zabuza is still pretty badly injured, but, well, when it comes to his ninja way, Naruto does still form that. But Zabuza obviously can't live without, treatment right now, but they're not going to make it to Konoha in time. This is where Tazuna says that they'll help Zabuza if he promises to repent for his sins by helping their village. And he vows to do that. So with this, Zabuza gets treatment in the village. It's not much, but he's gonna live. So Zabuza is now kind of the guardian of the Land of Waves. Team 7 heads back to Konoha, and Naruto would go on to continue training. Now, for the training exams are announced before any teacher submits their teams, well, Kakashi would actually ask Asuma for advice, and Hiruzen as well. So with this, they both give advice. Hiruzen even gives a few scrolls, and that Naruto's taking an interest in ninjutsu. So with this, Naruto began learning. When he was struggling a bit, Kakashi would actually tell Naruto the secret of the shadow clones, where Naruto would be practicing using hundreds of thousands of clones a day. And he's even training physically, because he was also taught that training physically would actually expand his chakra reserves, which it does. Sakura's training Genjutsu more is training her mental fortitude, mostly, but still. And, well, Kakashi's kind of supervising all of them, going back and forth to Naruto, Sakura, Sasuke. Sasuke's learning more fire style jutsu by blowing it onto a lake. So, yeah, he's testing basically the fortitude of his jutsu by blowing it at water, and how long it could stand. So, yeah. Now, after about 2 weeks, the training exams are announced. Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura are both like, oh, hell yeah, we'll join. And they can actually tell that Naruto himself has the most obvious improvement. One, physically, he has a few small scratches. His clothes are a bit messed up, but also, he obviously has a bit more tone in his body. And also, he learned Gale Palm. He also kind of mimicked the Boruto stream, but now it's the Naruto stream. So yeah, Gale Palm, Naruto stream, great breakthrough. So yeah, there's a few more than that, but those are the main ones he sticks to. Now, in the training exams, well, I think the written test probably goes the same for Rock Lee versus Sasuke. The best Sasuke's Sharingan allows him to react a tad bit faster, but he still gets cooked. So yeah. But we can probably go further in the story to now. I think the only major change would be the only major change would likely be force of death. First off, when Naruto's captured. 1. Naruto has a wider array of jutsu. First, his jutsu range is that of average genin. Sasuke is capable of holding off Chunin, and I think the escape technique is likely something that he could probably learn from Sasuke or the academy. So Naruto, 1, escapes pretty quickly. So when he is captured, he escapes, and when the person tries to imitate Naruto, from above, Naruto just yells Naruto stream, basically shoulder checking into the guy's back, just knocking him out right then and there. But he has no scroll that they need, so they keep moving, with the guy being just in the pavement and not in the pavement, in a crater more or less, because Naruto shoulder checked the hell out of him. But yeah. But now we go forward, probably just to Orochimaru's attack. And, well, I can see that Naruto is able to more or less just convince his team to let him handle it, as he would use a lot more clones than he usually does. He'd go back to Naruto Uzumaki 4K, but when he does do it, he basically just uses all of them to use Gale Palm or Kunai to actually stab at the snake or push it. This allows them to more or less push the snake through the air, and Orochimaru would actually be very impressed with the level of wind release prowess that this Genin has. In fact, the Genin can use Wind Release. Orochimaru lands, taking an interest a little bit in Naruto, but not too much. So with this, the fight happens, and when Naruto's affected by Orochimaru's bloodlust, I would say this probably infuriate Kurama that Naruto is intimidated by such weak bloodlust in his eyes. Like, Orochimaru cannot box a Nine Tails. Kurama is way too strong. So, with this, I feel like Kurama would likely just force Naruto into at least, like still Zero Tails, but his eyes turn red and his nails do grow. Like the form he used against Haku. This is more or less a form of not, I want to get vengeance on my friend, I refuse to be scared. And with this, Naruto and Orochimaru begin boxing, Naruto having a lot better physical strength, but still, Orochimaru does beat him. But in the meantime, Sakura and Sasuke snap out of it, and Sasuke would use a new jutsu he had learned. Hold up. Sasuke's technique is known as the Dragon Fire technique, where he basically throws kunai that have strings attached to them, and when it's all set, he would just ignite fire on them. With this, Orochimaru is caught in it, having his upper body lit on fire. He jumps away as they all realize what Orochimaru truly looks like, but Orochimaru, realizing his cover has been blown, it's best for him to leave. And Sakura is kind of stuck with the idea that she is useless because her team didn't really need her. Also, Naruto's a bit more tired, considering that he had made 4,000 clones that all executed strong ninjutsu abilities. So, yeah, he's like panting a bit, but he's not going to pass out. At the most, he does need like a bit of help, like jumping through trees for like the next minute or two. That's about it. Plus, he also just got pieced up by a taijutsu master, but yeah. Now, Team 7 would proceed to the forest till they're attacked by Team Dosu. I think this is actually where Naruto would likely take an L against someone like Dosu, because Naruto was still pretty hot-headed. He'd likely rush in, hoping he has that burst from last time, and Dosu takes him down. And I think this is where Sakura would try to step up against someone like Keen, where I don't think Keen would be too hard for Sakura to face. Keen's like a run-of-the-mill potential Chunin. Sakura has Genjutsu prowess above Genin. She's probably like average Chunin in terms of Genjutsu ability. In overall skill, Sakura is like pretty capable of Chunin, even if she's not that rank. So Keen is beaten by Sakura, but Sakura's reserved and did make it harder for her to push on. But she's able to save Naruto when he's about to be killed by Dosu, and this actually makes her actually almost kill someone, where she would stab him in the side, but he proceeds to basically just beat the shit out of her. Sasuke is enraged and proceeds to attack Dosu, ignoring Zaku. Now, Zaku is mad at that, tries to use the Dragon Sound Wave against Sasuke, and the most inspiration for this I could give you is, you guys have seen the Dragon Ball Legends animation, it was like pretty hot, pretty cool, all that, where we see Goku take a blast for Chi-Chi from Broly. Naruto would take a very similar blast for Sasuke, so that Zaku didn't kill him because Sasuke was off guard, or at least not guarding his backside. So Naruto takes the blast, but Kurama would still shoot out Naruto's power. But to make sure that Naruto can heal at the same time that he fights, he would give Naruto the one-tailed cloak. As Naruto would activate the one-tailed cloak, he would just run forward at Zaku as fast as he can, before punching him in the chest, and then, while he gives Zaku a combo, knocking him into the air, he would grab Zaku's arms, squeezing as hard as he could, crushing them and the pipes, compressing them together. Then Zaku would fall, a good old roundhouse kick into a tree would finish Zaku off. Not like that, but still. Now Sasuke had basically been able to take advantage of Dosu being stabbed and beat him up, where Dosu's just down. But Naruto walks over, basically punching Dosu's gauntlet full force, even breaking his arm as he punched it. And this team finally finds the scroll that they need. But Naruto needs to recover, and so does Sakura. So they take a few hours, but that few hours turns to taking a nap for the entire day. They wake up, they steal their scroll, and then they make their way to the tower. They get the tower, being able to avoid Kabuto because they're a day early, so yeah, probably a few days early actually. But yeah. Now with this, they get some rest. But while Sasuke would sleep, I could likely see Orochimaru sneaking into his room to bite him, and I'll say he does. Or if you guys don't want to go with Orochimaru breaking into the room, well, we probably have Sasuke, while he's sleeping in the forest, being bitten by a snake. So, yeah. So either way, Sasuke is bitten by something. So yeah, because I don't think nerfing him when he's supposed to get stronger is the best idea. Now the preliminaries. Sasuke's still weakened, but with his wider array of ninjutsu and genjutsu and taijutsu, I don't see beating Yoroi too hard. Even if Sasuke's like, I'm gonna get tired if I use chakra, he's gonna end the fight in one technique, create a Sharingan Genjutsu. And he does it just like that. He uses Sharingan Genjutsu, falls to one knee, panting. Yoroi is taken down immediately, giving Sasuke the fastest win total, actually. And with this, well, Sasuke is taken care of by Kakashi. But Orochimaru reveals himself and says that Sasuke's pretty strong. Sasuke was able to burn his disguise off. So, yeah. Then, next up, Sakura versus Ino. Ino was not Chunin level at this point. At the best, you probably give her, like, if she knows mind destruction, yes, that puts her Kage level, because she one-shots most characters because of that ability. But I doubt a 13-year-old Ino could use that ability. So I'm going on to Sakura being able to beat Ino by basically just outspeeding her so she can't get tagged by Ino's mind techniques. So this allows Sakura to basically have a straight up Genjutsu battle and beat Ino. Not Genjutsu, Taijutsu battle and beat Ino because of it. With Ino defeated, Sakura would parade around. But they do repair the relationship in the nurses area. In the nursing area. So, yeah. And after versus Kiba. Kiba actually has a pretty decent speed advantage on Naruto. But when Kiba would try to basically use Fang over Fang on Naruto, because he can't, like, not able to block and react to Kiba, but he can't, like, outrun him. So Naruto's had to use multi-shackle jutsu, creating at least 30 clones to take the brunt of the attack. But Kiba realized, like, as the smoke clears, Naruto's in the air, so are 3 clones. Not 3, 2 clones behind him. Immediately, Naruto would yell, Naruto style, Naruto stream. Naruto shot right down at Kiba, as soon as Kiba tried to block the attack. Naruto used hand seals and yells great breakthrough, as he spits it down on Kiba, knocking him into the ground. Akamaru sent sliding across the floor, but Naruto would mount Kiba and punch him out. Now, Naruto has to be pulled off Kiba because Naruto just trying to take him down, making sure he doesn't get back up. Kakashi would grab Naruto's wrist, pulling him up, but tell Naruto, good job, he won. So, yeah. Now this would give a touching moment for Naruto. We'd have Kiba have like a thought saying, I lost to Naruto, the loser, the one who had no talent. Allowing everyone to actually see that Naruto wasn't talentless, he just wasn't taught right. They can see what Naruto can do once he gets a proper teacher. Which would give everyone a better opinion of Naruto. Even Hiruzen's like, I knew Naruto had potential, but not that much. I'm proud of him. So, yeah. Then Lee versus Gaara, I don't see that being much different. So, yeah. But also, when Naruto says that he'll beat Neji on Hinata's behalf, Neji isn't like, oh, I doubt it. He's like, I want to see you try. You're strong. I want to see how strong you can get in a month. And that's about it. So, yeah. But it's more or less Neji telling Naruto, how strong can you get in a month? And if you're strong enough, maybe. So, yeah. So this would push Neji to actually train a bit harder, as Hiyashi would probably personally train Naruto, probably personally train Neji, and with like the chance that he doesn't lose. In the meantime, due to him not wanting Neji to lose to Naruto, this does lead to Neji learning his family history, abandoning the idea of destiny, which is kind of ruining his will, but quickly he replaces that will with power, and then that will is restored with something new. But he still doesn't want to beat Naruto for his own ego. And then we go on for like the first day or two of the month, where Naruto actually trained with Iruka instead of Ebisu. I can see Ebisu actually passing on like Konohamaru to Naruto, because Naruto is pretty well known now. When Naruto trained with Iruka, Ebisu would trust Naruto and all them. So yeah, so Naruto trains with Iruka for like 2 days, and Iruka would improve Naruto's usage of taijutsu, getting it to at least Chunin level. But then Jiraiya would want to train Naruto, and Naruto agrees. But Konohamaru insists on training with Iruka, as Naruto would tell Konohamaru that Iruka was one of his better teachers for his morals. And, Konohamaru would train with, Konohamaru would train with Iruka. Now, going on, Naruto trains with Jiraiya for like 3.5 weeks. So he spent a majority of time with Iruka, but still, or 3.5 weeks. But I don't care how it works, but still, it's not an entire month. But still, most of the time it is with Jiraiya. With Naruto having better control over his chakra and experiencing Kurama's chakra more than usual, he's able to more or less get a better handle on it, and he's able to learn summoning within at least like a day or two. And with Naruto pretty easily picking that up, and Naruto having experience with wind release, Jiraiya spends more or less a week getting Naruto accustomed to using more wind style jutsu. And with Naruto having better experience with wind, now he'll teach Naruto Rasengan. With Naruto not having travel and he has a lot more free time with learning Rasengan, and also it's centered in one area and all that. Naruto would likely learn Rasengan in a maximum, I'd give him 3 days. Maximum 3 days. And it's more or less because, well, one, there's no cat to just give him inspiration, but also he's focused and he knows the secret of the shadow clones. And in fact, 3 days I think 3 days is too much. Naruto more or less is phrase this. Naruto knows the secret of shadow clones. He's experienced with wind release. So, yeah, Naruto can likely learn Rasengan in less than 2 days, which I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. So, Naruto learned Rasengan 2 days. And with this, he would train the Rasengan as hard as he can. Now, the month passes and Naruto is ready to fight Neji. But Naruto's given new clothes considering he destroyed his clothes while he was learning the Rasengan. His pants are the same, but the jacket needed to be changed. And he's given the same jacket that he has in Shippuden, it's just a bit too big. But he doesn't mind as he has it around his waist, leaving just like a white t-shirt. Or a white or tan t-shirt. Then with this, we go on to Naruto and Neji's fight. Neji and Naruto begin clashing, and when Neji would activate the 64 palms, Naruto would immediately look at Neji and tell him he knows a jutsu that he can't be blocked. Well, it can. Neji just isn't capable of blocking it. Naruto would charge up a Rasengan, which shocks everyone who knows of the Rasengan. Hiyashi would immediately put his head down and tell Neji he's sorry he didn't make him stronger. Naruto would slam it into he would slam the Rasengan into Neji's 64 palms, and Neji would actually try to reflect it. But the more he moves it, the more he's actually enhancing the rotation. And Naruto would actually break one of his arms when Neji would try it. So one of Neji's arms basically just destroyed. And when Neji flies back, he gets back up ready to fight, only to get basically just kneed in the chin and knocked out from that, giving Naruto the victory over Neji in an honest way. So, there, progress. Now, I actually don't think anyone cares about Kankuro being in the Chunin exams. So Kankuro's out of here. Let's say his fight was a draw. So with this, Naruto and Naruto would watch Sakura versus Shino, and I think she genuinely loses this fight. Shino's probably one of the strongest characters in pre-Shippuden. So, yeah, Shino beats her pretty soundly, but does admit she's decently powerful. And I would say her teacher could likely be someone like Kakashi still. So, yeah. If it's not Kakashi, it could be Anko. But I don't know why I didn't mention this. It could be Anko as her teacher, because Anko and her probably would get along really well. I see Ibiki and Anko being good teachers for Sakura, so, yeah. Well, I'll say from here on out, Anko and Ibiki are Sakura's teachers before Tsunade. I had that written down, I just lost the paper. Also, I was wondering why this isn't off the script, if you guys couldn't tell. I'm like, I lost my charger, so until I find a different charger for my Chromebook, that's gonna have to wait. So yeah. Still, we go on to just Team 7, and Sakura's lost, and Sasuke would arrive. Sasuke being a bit stronger, but she beat Gaara, and so on and so forth. And Sasuke hears about how Naruto pretty easily beat Neji, which actually impresses Sasuke. Now with this, when it comes to Gaara's siblings helping him jump over the wall, like the barrier of the arena. Naruto would immediately just run as fast as he can, making clones, and they kind of make just like a Naruto swing, basically, where they would throw the main Naruto after the siblings. As soon as Naruto is flying after them, he's able to more or less escape the possible Genjutsu. And when Gaara and Temari realize someone's chasing them, Temari would look up only to see Naruto and just punch into the ground off the tree. But due to Naruto landing on a branch, he basically just cracks it and falls with Gaara's Conqueror falling with him. And before Gaara hits the ground, he would wake up, turning into hybrid form and jumping away. Conqueror was able to catch his fall using threads, but then he proceeded to basically just beat Naruto while he was on the ground. But right as Sasuke had arrived, he just stabbed Conqueror in the back, not like fatally, but still stabbing him. He tells Conqueror that he's lucky he's letting him live, but he should check on his sister instead of fighting Naruto. Sakura would arrive, so with this, Team 7 would approach Gaara. When Gaara does try to actually capture Sakura using his claw, she'd more or less just jump away. She's fast enough to do so. But she would also use a Genjutsu ability to more try to wake up Gaara, or separate him and Shukaku's minds. It's hard to explain what's happening, because he's a more voyaged and Cherokee heritage, likely because of Jiraiya, because I think Jiraiya should have told Naruto earlier. Or at least told him how Jinchurikis could possibly work. So with this, Gaara's mind is kind of being messed with by Sakura and Shukaku. But while he's distracted, Naruto and Sasuke would execute a perfect combo on Gaara, but this does lead to Shukaku being able to come out earlier because Gaara's being knocked out. But now when Shukaku's out, Naruto has another idea, but also mainly because Sasuke's on the ground just kind of shaking and starts messing with him. He tells Sakura to get Sasuke out of there, and she does so. On her way out, she does see the Conqueror bleeding heavily, and due to her having a sense of morals, she would save Sasuke as well. And Shikamaru and Asuma saved Temari while they were fighting off ninja in the forest. So, yeah. Now, as Naruto shows up at Shukaku, he leaves hand seals, summoning Gamabunta. Gamabunta summoned, first Gamaken, and likely Gamabunta. Because Naruto's summoning still a bit messy, but yeah. They end up turning into Kurama, or the Nine Tails, the Kyuubi, and they fight Shukaku. As they fight, Naruto was able to basically just disable the transformation as they jump at Shukaku, allowing Naruto to jump basically just over or at Gaara immediately. And she basically tackles Gaara at Shukaku, and they both land on the ground, taking a pretty heavy fall. Gaara thought he would die until he realized that Naruto broke his fall for him, which is the first time anyone's ever been really this nice to him besides Yasamaru. Hold up. It's Yashimaru. Now, Gaara actually kind of cries that Naruto would save him, but Naruto gets up telling Gaara his healing factor is a bit better, which does lead to Naruto and Gaara talking for a bit, and then Gaara would proceed to, befriend Naruto, or Naruto befriends Gaara, and Gaara accepts. So yeah. Now with this, Naruto and Gaara both walk to the hidden hospital, both using each other as a crutch, but Naruto would see Hiruzen, with this fight ending a bit faster actually, and we'll see Hiruzen trying to rip Orochimaru's soul out. And immediately, Naruto would ask Gaara, is he willing to help to let Shukaku out again? And Gaara is. With this, Shukaku and Gaara would more or less just go rampant on the barrier, slapping away the main barrier, but also slapping out one of the Hokage, allowing Hiruzen to actually take away most of Orochimaru's upper body instead of just his arms. But Hashirama is still sealed. So, yeah, Tobirama's the one that was taken out. But with this, they really kind of realized that Gaara is kind of a hero, because he helped them defeat a village. Basically, he helped them defeat a terrorist. So, yeah. But then Insane realizes that their royal family is being taken care of in Konoha, with decent additions, and Konoha kind of respects Gaara, mainly, but still. Hiruzen's funeral is held. Naruto and Iruka are the ones up front comforting Konohamaru, but Ebisu would come by telling Konohamaru that he'll train Konohamaru to become the Hokage he wants to be. And Iruka and Naruto both agree that they'll help Konohamaru become whoever he wants, and he thanks them. Now with this, this leads to a search for Tsunade with Naruto and Jiraiya going to find Tsunade. So yeah. Now it goes on to just Team 7, or Team 7, I guess Team Jiraiya, and I'd say this arc is not much different besides the fact that Naruto already has a mastered Rasengan. But this time is more or less probably him learning a wind release Rasengan, not a normal Rasengan. So, yeah. So, yeah. After this, we go on to probably just Naruto versus Itachi and Kisame. That probably happens, but it's not that, like, hard. Like, well, I don't say it's not hard. It's not as hard as canon. When we're like, Kisame is sent flying out of the room from one Rasengan because of Naruto using wind release. So yeah, so just the explosive power of Rasengan pushed away Kisame, and Itachi and Naruto actually just left to raw combat until we see Sasuke arrive. When he arrived, him and Naruto tried to execute combos, and it probably goes about the exact same as canon, but yeah. Now, this leads to more or less Naruto and Sasuke being beaten, but when Itachi sees how helpful Naruto is to Itachi, not to Sasuke, I mean, he tells Naruto, like as he walks away, he tells Naruto, be a better brother to him than I was. Which kind of confused Naruto that Itachi was being sentimental to someone he supposedly hated and deemed weak. Naruto wouldn't tell Sasuke this. He thinks Sasuke was being pitied, like Sasuke would take this the wrong way. But Naruto is still pretty, this intrigues him. So he has the feeling something is up with Itachi. But then eventually he finds Tsunade, Naruto and her fight. She challenges Naruto to master a wind release Rasengan, but he simply tells her he doesn't need a week, give him 5 minutes. And he would pretend to continue the fight with her, but using clones. With this, Naruto and one clone began making a wind release Rasengan, and then Naruto would do it on his own. Finally, as the clone dispersed, as we see a giant Rasengan, but obviously infused with wind. Naruto slams into Tsunade, and she would activate 100 healings before it kills her. Now, the smoke clears, and we can see basically Tsunade's arms are kind of just purple and mangled, but also her chest has a giant, obviously, dent in it. It pretty quickly healed, but she tells Naruto that he won the bet. That she throws him a necklace, and she agrees to become Hokage, but talks about Orochimaru to them. Because still, well, I think she needs to. I don't know, to the point of lying when she knew that Jiraiya... She knows how strong Jiraiya is. I assume she would have known that he would have found, he'd have pushed past the poison. Or the drug, whatever. With this, Naruto, Jiraiya, and Shizune go to fight Orochimaru and Kabuto. Now, I'd say the fight with Naruto and Kabuto isn't really much different. Just that Kabuto was never really close to killing Naruto, and Naruto was kind of not like a step ahead of him. But physically, Kabuto can't get that close to Naruto. So Kabuto is more or less like at a disadvantage. Naruto's not close to dying at all in that fight. So yeah, plus he has control over Kurama's chakra. Not a lot of it, but he can at least push out an aura of it to heal his body or make his chakra flare up. Like, he can use Kurama's power to basically be immune to the Hyuga strikes or having his chakra disrupted. Basically just to break out of genjutsu or just push past his body being injured. With this, Kabuto is basically left, unable to affect Naruto until he tries to damage his nerves. By the time he does resort to that, Tsunade punches him in the chest and sends him flying through a boulder. And with this, Jiraiya has Gamabunta, but Naruto would actually tell Jiraiya and Gamabunta he has an idea. As he talks about how Jiraiya and Gamabunta showed him the Totoro Jutsu and how Jiraiya broke down ninjutsu. And with Naruto having a basic understanding of wind, fire, and all, he has a basic understanding of ninjutsu and what its weaknesses and strengths are. He tells him, let's combine a wind and fire attack. The Jiraiya would fire off the Totoro Jutsu with Gamabunta, and Naruto would actually enhance it by using his clones and yelling "Great Breakthrough." They do just that, and the fireball basically engulfs Manda and Orochimaru, as Orochimaru's body is still pretty badly burned, and he's gonna mumble saying, "What the hell is with that team and burning me?" As now Naruto assisted in it, and Sasuke did it the first time. Mondo would wrap around Orochimaru and Kabuto, telling them, "We need to leave," and they end up reverse summoning to Ryuchi Cave. Mondo barely survived, and blames Orochimaru for that, which he's not wrong for. I mean, Kabuto should be the one for blame, since Orochimaru can't move his arms, but still. Now, Konoha Tsunade pushed past her fears of blood, but to her shock, when they heard about there were like two people under Tsukuyomi, whereas Sakura was actually able to use a bit of her power to break Kakashi out of it, and now she's turning on Sasuke. Tsunade walked over, tried to help Sakura with Sasuke, and with just 5 minutes of Tsunade's help, Sakura was able to break it, showing off her genjutsu potency. And immediately Tsunade's like, who are your teachers? And she's like, oh, it's Ibiki and Anko. So immediately Tsunade realizes that Sakura specializes in like mental power. So no wonder she's just talented with genjutsu. So yeah. Now we go forward again, probably just to I'm gonna say it again. But we go forward to probably just Genin ranks. And I'd see Naruto being a pretty competent one. Sasuke is kind of weak to like his body, so not weak to his body, weak to chakra. So at this point, like Tsunade tells him that once the curse mark is gone, or he pushes past being weak to it, then he'll made a Chunin, and he accepts that. So yeah, or he says it out loud, he accepts it, but still his ego is being hurt by it. But Naruto's a Chunin, so is Shikamaru. Now, probably, I think Sasuke would still leave, but he puts up a better performance against the Sound 4, being able to beat someone like Jorobo and push back Sakon and Ukon, but still, he leaves. Now when he does try to knock out Sakura, she just elbows him in the gut, and leaves like a small taijutsu scuffle, which he wins but doesn't knock her out. And immediately she says to try to follow Sasuke, and she's able to track him to when the Sound 4 beat in a few Jonin. And she doesn't want to intervene in the fight, but just observes it from distance, brings the Jonin back to Konoha, and all that. But now Sakura being pretty potent, I think the entirety of the Konoha, 11, because Neji's arm is basically just dust until Tsunade can do something about it. So every member of the Konoha 12 minus Sasuke, Lee, and Sakura. Not Sakura. Every member of the Konoha 12 minus Sasuke, Lee, and Neji can go on the mission. So the Konoha 9. 12, 11, 10. 12, 11. 12, 11, 10. I don't care. Alright. But yeah. So basically everyone can go. And with this, I think this leads to battles being won a lot easier, and no one really gets life-threatening injuries. Only difference is that I think characters like Tenten and maybe a duo with maybe Sakura's experience with just being able to mess with minds could likely be able to get an advantage over Kidomaru, but not an official win. The battle's extended, and on Lee's way there, he would finish the battle off for them, but they're still pretty cut up and pretty wounded. Tenten has a small kunai in her back. So yeah, they weren't able to beat him, but they're able to hold him off. Lee finished off Kidomaru on that way, and then he arrives to see Naruto versus I can see it being like Naruto and Shikamaru versus Kimimaru. The reason I say Shikamaru's there because Naruto and him are kind of the last ones to the battlefield, and with it being those two, I can see them being able to beat Tayuya pretty easily. Plus, we have characters like Shino who can break genjutsu with their bugs. So the bugs are kind of just, the bugs, how do I phrase this? Tayuya's kind of rendered useless because of Shino's bugs. So, yeah, Naruto, Shikamaru, and Shino just handle Tayuya. Now it's them versus Kimimaru. And to be frank, that fight isn't really too hard. One, Naruto's Rasengan are so explosive to the point where they can destroy Kimimaru's bones on impact. Like, they just eradicate them. And even if he wants to try to fight, Shikamaru can hold him in place, allowing chakra absorbing bugs, but also a much stronger Naruto. So with this, Naruto Shikamaru, and Kimimaro. Naruto, Shikamaru, and Chino are able to barely beat Kimimaro. Even if they can't, Lee helps. So, yeah. Regardless, Kimimaro is beaten, and Naruto straight up tells them, me and Shikamaru are the leaders. Shikamaru, I do ask that you lead the team back to Konoha to deal with any injuries. And he accepts that. Then Naruto runs off to go face Sasuke. This leads to the battle in the Valley of the End with Naruto versus Sasuke, and I see this fight being more or less a draw. Naruto is catching up to Sasuke pretty quickly, and this fight is where Naruto would officially reach a tier a bit above Sasuke, but too late in the fight to be an official victory. So with this, when the Onyx, Chidori, and would release Sharingan clash, Naruto basically destroys Sasuke's arms, but due to Sasuke's curse mark, he isn't like, his arm isn't like blown off. It's just basically just severely mangled. And Naruto's arm's the same. So, yeah. That was kind of a double knockout. And Jiraiya hears about this mission, and it involves Orochimaru. So I think Jiraiya could likely be one to help this mission, or at least Kakashi would be quicker to arrive to help. But, yeah. So with this, it probably goes on to Naruto and Sasuke having a draw. Kabuto and Orochimaru are like the ones there to pick him up. Like Orochimaru in his new body, or Kabuto, something like that there, but I don't care. But even if it is one of them ready to like kill Naruto so that he doesn't get in their way again, we can probably only have like just one of them fight off Orochimaru and his team. So with this, still Sasuke is taken, but Naruto is not an official loser. Sasuke's mad he didn't beat Naruto, and Naruto's mad he didn't save Sasuke. But still, the fight was a draw. Now, yeah. We can go on now to probably just the time skip. And, yeah. It's 2.5 years. Pause. Now, this is kind of a very experimental video, but I hope you guys did like it. But I'm just telling you right now, at the end of the time skip, Naruto is like high Jonin, low Kage, maybe. So yeah, solidified right now. He's at least like he can contend base Jiraiya, is what I'm telling you by the end of the time skip. But I hope you guys enjoy. Adios.